Hey, and wasn't that TV special last night a gas? Uh-huh. Especially those 4 cuddly creatures with that beautiful hair. Not the dog act, Richard. The singing group.
Patty.
Yeah?
Do you suppose I might use the phone for a moment,
Oh,
dear?
sure, Mom. I'll just say goodbye to Richard. Rich, I gotta hang up. My mother wants to use the phone. What do you mean an excuse? I wouldn't use my mother as an excuse. And what? I am not expecting a call from Jerry. Jerry's dating Susan anyway. He's not? When did that happen?
When you're finished saying goodbye, let me know.
No kidding. Who is he dating?
Well, what's it going to be? Football or bridge?
I don't know yet, Jim. I still haven't been able to get through to Natalie to find out if the Ralstons are coming tonight.
You mean that your phone has actually been busy for over an hour?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you give it one more try before I have to give these tickets to somebody else?
Well, I doubt if I'll get through.
That's no attitude, Martin. Use a little positive thinking.
Okay, I'm positive I won't get through, but I'll try anyway.
Okay, Rich. Bye. Mom, I hung up.
I can't believe it. You're not really off the phone.
I wasn't on the phone that much today. Hello? Oh, hi, Joni. Joni, I can't talk to you now. My mother wants to use the phone. Hey, but what did I tell you about Jerry not dating Susan anymore?
I guess it's no use.
Struck out again, huh?
Well, now I know why it's so quiet when I get home. Everybody's exhausted from a full day on the phone.
You know, I used to have that same problem with my family. Then one day I attached something to the phone and nobody went near it since.
A lock?
A matched set of snarling police dogs.
That's funny.
Well, I guess I better be going. Gee, I'm sorry about you not coming to the game.
Oh, don't feel sorry for me. I got a lot of sports at home. I mean, after all, I've got a house full of star athletes.
You do?
Sure, every one of them's an Olympic freestyle talking champion.
Honestly, Ellen, you wouldn't believe the dress Linda had on. She looked like a kangaroo.
Patty,
Yeah, Mom?
do you realize how long I've been trying to call your father to tell him the Ralstons are not coming?
Well, you should have said something.
I did, several times.
Oh, look, I have to hang up now, Ellen, so I can't tell you about Linda's dress, but are you ready for polka dot sleeves?
Tricia.
Bye, Ellen. Well, Mom, I'm sorry, but you know my girlfriends, when they get on a talking jack, you just can't shut them up.
Natalie, put the phone down.
Why, Martin?
Now, I want to ask you a question. Just one question. Are the Ralstons coming here for bridge tonight?
No.
Do you mean, then, that I could have gone to that football game with Jim and you didn't call me?
Well, Martin,
and you couldn't get off of that phone long enough to let me get through to you? Natalie, I'm surprised that you'd be that inconsiderate.
Hold it, Mouse. Now, wait a minute. You had the phone all day.
I have not.
That's what you always say, so this time I kept count. Debbie, Richard, Joan, Sal, Richard, Michelle, Jane, Marge.
Kathy!
Come on.
Hey,
Cut it
Kathy!
out, Kathy.
Come
I've
on,
been waiting all
that's
day.
You saying?
You're always on the phone.
Well, I hope you forgive me, honey, but if you don't, I take a size 15.5 noose.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves her rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Pasta's okay, but I'd rather have Miss Brandel any day for History 5. She doesn't give homework on weekends.
Oh, no. Patty, will you do us a favor and let us have the phone?
Ross, will you please?
Dad, how long has Patty been on the phone?
Patty? I thought it was Kathy.
What do you mean you have to hang up? Well, yeah, I know, but can't you talk for about 2 more minutes? Okay. Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Here, Ross, don't say I never did anything for you.
Thanks. Hello? That's funny.
What's funny?
It's for you.
For me? Here?
Yeah.
Well, wonders never cease. Hello? Oh, yeah, Jim. What do you mean we lost the Beckett story? I told you to offer him $1,000 for it. They offered him $1,200. Well, I would have gone to 15. Why didn't you phone me? You tried? Yeah, Jim. Now, I feel just as bad about it as you do. But believe me, Jim, this will never happen again.
Thanks, Dad.
No more calls, son.
Why not?
We have a little problem with this phone.
No, there isn't. We've been using it all day.
That's the problem.
Oh.
I'm going to solve it right now. Patty? Kathy? This may strike all of you as an odd question, but I'd appreciate an honest answer. Now, here's the question. How many real friends does each one of you have?
What has that got to do with anything?
Never mind. Just answer the question. Ross?
Oh, that's easy. Eddie, Harold, Chuck, and Danny.
All right, that's 4 for you. Kathy?
Real friends. Oh, I'd say about 6.
6. Thank you, Kathy. Patty?
Well, let's see now. There's Betty. She's really a great friend. Except you can't trust her. Oh, I know. There's Sally. She's the best friend in the whole world. She's really sincere and honest. Except she was flirting with Richard last week. I know. There's my greatest friend, Ellen Barton. That's Burton. Okay. Then there's Edith, Joanne, and Gladys,
Patty.
and Marilyn,
Patty,
and Joanne.
Patty, I'm talking about true friends. People whom you are very fond of who also like and respect you. How many?
2.
Let's see now. Among the 3 of you, that makes a total of 12 friends. All right, now here's the rule. For each friend, you get 5 minutes on the phone, which makes a total of 60 minutes of phone calls each day, but you can only make those calls between 7 and 8 p.m. And you can start on that tomorrow, because you've all had your full quota of phone calls for today. Now, is that understood?
Oh, boy.
I guess so.
Okay. Patty, what are you doing? Didn't you hear what I just said?
Sure I did, Papa. I'm just calling my friends to tell them I can't call them anymore.
Well, that happened to me, too. Boy, it's really...
Who are you going to call? I know. I'll call Helen Perkins. I haven't talked to her in a long time. Naturally not. She moved to California over a year ago. Come on, Kathy. I only have 3 minutes. You have to help me. Patty, you saw all your friends at school today. Do you really have to use the phone tonight? Of course. I have 10 minutes coming to me, and I'm going to use them whether I have to talk to strangers.
Patty, you gotta help me. It's a matter of life and death.
What is it?
Lend me one of your calls.
Lend you one of my calls? Why?
Well, I never get to talk to Danny.
What happened?
Well, I talk 5 minutes each with Eddie, Harold, and Chuck. Then I dial information for Danny's number.
So?
So Dad counted that as my 4th and final phone call.
What?
Yeah, he's drunk with power. I think it's time for a revolution.
Now, Ross, wait a minute. I know it doesn't quite seem fair, but after all, we did agree to Uncle Martin's system.
Patty, it's Richard.
Oh, okay. Kathy's right, Ross. This is a democracy, and we have to learn to abide by the rules. Otherwise, everybody'd be running around like a bunch of animals. Thank you, Papa.
How do you like that? She's on Dad's side.
She's been known to before.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, it's one thing you can say about Patty. She's undependable.
I wouldn't say that, Ross. Perhaps she's just looking at things more clearly now.
Ross, you're absolutely right. It's time for a revolution.
Huh? Well, what about the democracy routine?
When Papa started limiting our outgoing calls, that was democracy. But when he started limiting our incoming calls, then it's time to muster our defenses and counterattack. Goodbye, Richard. Hi there. My May I talk to you for a moment?
So long as it's not by phone. What's on your mind?
Well, Papa, Kathy and Ross and I have been talking, and we've decided that this new phone system is a real hang-up.
Oh, well, that's the object, honey, to get you kids to hang up.
Hang up, that's pretty funny, Papa. That's a real gas. Hang up, hang up.
Patty.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Well, Kathy and Ross and I think that we have a better system.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, we'd like to get a phone of our own and pay for it out of our own allowances.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
Now, you don't have to answer yes or no right now. You just... You mean it's okay?
So long as you're willing to pay the monthly bill yourself, certainly.
Oh, thanks, Papa.
Yeah, now, just one thing. What about the $20 deposit?
A $20 deposit.
Oh, well, the phone company requires a $20 deposit for security before they'll install a phone.
Do you mean to tell me that the telephone company doesn't trust you enough to give you a phone without...
They trust me. It's you they don't trust. See, and it's going to be your telephone.
Well, you trust us, don't you, Papa?
Of course.
Will you lend us $20?
I have a better idea. Why don't you earn the $20?
You mean get a job?
Patty, some of our best citizens have jobs. I mean, the President of the United States works for a living.
Okay, Papa, first thing tomorrow morning, I'll get a job. And work for a living.
Leave that dial alone.
Hi, Papa.
I have been trying to call this house all day. Now, who's been on that phone since 11 o'clock?
I have, and it was 10:30.
All right, 10:30. What happened to all that brave talk about going out and looking for a job to pay for a second phone?
I did get a job.
You did?
Uh-huh. First thing this morning.
Well, what were you doing on the telephone all morning?
That's my job. I'm a telephone saleswoman. Isn't it a gas, Papa? All these years you thought I was wasting my time on the telephone, and I was preparing for a career.
You're selling on the telephone?
Uh-huh. This. Isn't it something, Papa?
It's something, but what is it?
It's called a jet set reducing belt. Now, you just plug it in. Would you plug it in for me, please? You plug it in, and you attach it with this easy safety hook, and then you set the dial to the desired speed, and then you switch it on, and instantly the dynamo vibrators start massaging away the extra fat.
Okay, what?
All I have to do is sell one of these, and I'll get my $20.
But Patty.
Papa, I'm afraid I can't talk to you anymore. When your voice is your fortune, every syllable counts. Hi, dear.
Hello, Nat. You're looking at a man who's created a monster. Do you suppose that jet set reducing belt would work in my big fat mouth?
Oh, I don't think it's that bad. Kathy's calling prospects from a payphone, and Ross is using the phone at Eddie's.
These kids will put me in a basket.
Of course, you could break down and pay for the phone yourself.
Oh, no. If I did that, the next thing they talk me into is an answering service.
Hello there, Mrs. Mallory. This is Patricia Lane. May I talk to you woman to woman for a moment? Well, thank you. Mrs. Mallory, as we go through life, growing up, getting married, having families, what is it we girls miss most? It's our girlish figures, isn't it, Mrs. Mallory? Well, my company has found a surefire way to bring back our girlish figures. It's called the Easy Way Jet Set Reducing Belt. You just tie... What, Mrs. Mallory? Oh, I see. You're underway. Well, that's too bad, Mrs. Mallory. You're missing a marvelous bargain. Hello, Mrs. Strick. I'm calling you about the Jet Set Reducing Belt. You've heard of it, of course.
Of course.
Of course. You have?
That's the one with the money-back guarantee, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. Now, if you'd like to have a demonstration...
I don't need a demonstration, young lady.
You mean you'd like us to bring you one?
No, I'd like you to bring the cash, and I'll give you back the one I bought 6 months ago. I'm not happy with it at all. In the first place, it tickles too much. And in the second place, I haven't lost a single pound.
May I speak to Mrs. Spring, please?
She's not home, mister.
Oh. Well, is there anybody there but you?
Yes?
Is it somebody who's overweight?
Oh, yes. He's very heavy.
May I speak to him, please?
Just a minute.
Hey, Eddie, I got a live one.
You can speak to him now, mister.
Smart Alec. You know, there ought to be a law against letting little kids use the phone.
Hattie.
Oh, hi, Kath. How you doing?
Oh, I made 12 calls from 3 different pay booths.
Any results?
Oh, yes. I ran out of dimes.
We better sell a belt sooner. We're not even going to break even.
20 cents? I still have dozens of people on my list.
Okay. Guess we may as well go whole hog. Poor little piggy.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey.
What are you doing?
Making canopies for the bridge party tonight.
Oh.
How's it going?
Very smoothly.
Good.
Yep. I made 100 calls and got 100 turndowns. You know, Mom, I've always liked you in that dress.
Why, thank you, dear.
I mean, you really look beautiful in it. But I thought you were going to have it let out.
I did have it let out.
Oh, that's right. It's supposed to be tight around the waist.
No, it's supposed to be loose around the waist.
Of course. What am I thinking of?
I'd say you were thinking of trying to con me into buying one of your reducing belts.
101.
What do you suppose has happened to the Ralstons?
I don't know. It's not like Jack and Harriet to be late. Not without calling.
Oh, and they've had plenty of opportunity. I mean, nobody uses a phone around this house.
Maybe you ought to call them.
Well, if I can get Patty off the phone. That's like trying to separate a tigress from her cub.
But, Madam, this is the greatest invention since the Turkish bath. It actually makes it fun to be overweight. Oh, I see. Well, thank you. Goodbye.
Excuse me, Patty, I have to make a call.
Is it a business call?
What?
Sorry, Papa. I lost my head. Hello? Yes, this is Patricia Lane. Oh, yes, Mrs. Simpson. I did leave a message. Well, I represent the Jet Set Reducing Belt, and I would like to give... You do? Oh. Well, yes, good luck to you, too. Goodbye. How do you like that? She sells reducing belts, too. Small world.
Oh, if everybody's selling reducing belts, it'll be a small, skinny world.
Only I could meet some nice, overweight lady face to face.
Hello,
Hi,
Mom.
Jack.
Sorry we're late, but you know how long it takes women to dress.
Especially me.
Patty? Patty?
Yes, Papa?
Patty, I'd like you to meet the Ralstons. This is our daughter, Patty.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Hello, Patty.
Hello, Mr. Alston.
Hi, Jack.
Hello, now.
Hi, Harriet. Nice to see you. My dear, I thought you'd never get here. Well, shall we go in and get started?
Right.
Well, Mother called just as we were leaving. That's
Oh,
one of-
tell her I said hello, will you?
Will do.
Hey, why don't Natalie and I pay our losses now and avoid the last-minute rush?
Tired of getting your lumps, huh?
Well, let's just say if you beat us again, you can take us home and put us on the mantelpiece.
Harriet.
Oh, they all look so good. I don't
Harriet?
think- Oh, yes, dear. None for me, Natalie.
Oh, come on, Harriet. You can eat just one of these.
Natalie, that's my problem. I can never eat one of anything. I don't know. Some people can eat and stay thin. I wish I knew the secret.
Eddie, this jet set will melt the weight off you just like that. I don't want to lose any weight. I want to be a professional football player when I grow up. Jockeys make more money.
A diamond.
One heart.
Spade.
I bid, Patty, what is that you're eating?
Oh, club sandwich.
Oh, boy, does that look good.
Come on, Harriet, it's your bid.
Oh, well, I bid 2 club sandwiches. Oh, I'm sorry. lumps. Just where my mind is.
Feel like a rocket on the launching pad. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
I'm in orbit.
Okay, then. Let's shoot for the moon. Oh, okay, slow it up. Ooh, ooh. Hey, ooh, ooh. Ow, it's getting hot. Hey, look, I'm on fire. Get me out of here. Okay, I'm trying. Come on. What happened? Oh, let's get the same problem you do. A screw loose. We'll go get a screwdriver and have him fixed in no time. Come on. I don't want to be skinny. It's too dangerous.
Well, I think this little card...
What's the matter, Harriet?
Patty? Me? Certainly can put it away.
Well, I have to have something to tide me over between dinner and my cookies and milk before bed.
Well, how do you keep that figure?
Well,
I'd give $1 million to know your secret.
Mrs. Ralston, if a certain person would let me, I could tell you my secret for a lot less than $1 million. Oh, thanks, Papa. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Here we are, Mrs. Ralston. The Jet Set Reducing Belt.
Is that your secret, Patty?
Uh-huh. You merely attach it with this no-fuss jiffy hook, and then you dial the vibro massage for the desired massage strength, and you flip the switch, and instantly the dyno vibrator starts massaging away unwanted pounds.
Well, how interesting.
Now, if you wish to adjust the vibrator massage, you merely turn the dial from mild to medium, and then you can go about your daily household chores dynamically, scientifically, and pleasantly.
How does it feel?
Oh, believe me, Mrs. Ralston, the faster you lose those pounds, the better you'll feel. Now, if I adjust it to high, I feel like flying.
Is it soothing?
Soothing, Mrs. Ralston. If I put it up to super high, I feel like dancing.
Patty, is anything wrong?
No, Ma, nothing's wrong.
Well, I must admit, I feel like buying one, Patty. But are you absolutely positive there's no discomfort?
Why, it's the most comfortable thing in the world.
Do you smell smoke?
Yeah.
I smell it, too.
It's coming from the bell.
No, don't panic. That's just the fat burning up.
Hey, Patty, that thing needs fixing.
Well, at once.
Martin, do something. Patty, are you all right?
Get that thing off you. Patty, now I know how desperate you are to make a sale, but you can use my phone anytime you want if you'll just promise never to put this thing on again.
Okay. Besides, I really don't need the phone anyway. We can use this thing to send up smoke signals. No, Clara. There's no need to hang up. I still have 4 minutes on this telephone. Mm-hmm. I know.
Hi.
Hi.
Looks like a lineup at the box office, doesn't it?
For a problem play entitled, Oh, Dad, Poor Dad, if we don't hang up the phone, he'll really be mad.
Oh, not me. I've solved the problem.
You have?
Follow me. I must admit, I got the idea for this from watching old whodunits on the Late Late Show.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
No, for Martin's sake. That's my own private phone for my own personal use. Nobody knows about it. It's only been in the house since this morning, and believe me...
Excuse me. Hello? Hi, Rich. Yeah, I know the other phone is busy. Well, you know Ross and Kathy, when they start jabbering. Do you know who they got? Some lady in Colorado. Well, they each had 15 minutes. Hello?
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Now, are we all set, Nat?
Oh, honey, will you let me just double check?
Oh, Natalie.
Let's see, I've got a wool sweater in case it's chilly, a summer suit in case it's warm, the umbrella's in the car in case it rains. Oh, Martin, I'm worried.
Why? You're prepared for anything short of a monsoon.
No, I mean about the kids.
All right, we won't go. I'll call that hotel and tell them to tell the 300 out-of-town newspapermen that I'm not going to make the speech.
Martin, will you be serious? I mean, do you think that we can really go off and leave Patty to supervise Ross?
Do you think that we can leave him to supervise her?
Well, I just don't know if she can handle him.
Well, she'll have to learn. It's an old family tradition. After all, nobody thought you'd learn to handle me. Come on.
Well, all ready to leave?
Yeah, I hope so, Kat.
Where's Ross? I haven't said goodbye to him.
Well, let me see. He was here a minute ago. Oh, I know. I saw him riding on his skateboard.
Hi, all set to hit the road?
All set to hit the ceiling, young man. How many times have I told you no skateboards in the house?
May I, Papa? Well, it's getting a little chilly out for this time of year, isn't it?
Huh?
I mean, if it gets any cooler, we might have to light a fire.
Give me that.
From now on, any wood in the living room that is not strictly furniture is strictly kindling. Dig?
I dig.
You see, Papa? It's all a matter of child psychology. Right, child?
Oh, brother, what a weekend this is gonna be.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet.
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves her rock and roll, the hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Don't forget to put the empties out for the milkman and leave the money for the newspaper boy in the letterbox.
We will, Aunt Natalie. Have a nice trip.
Yes, dear. Oh, and don't forget, in case of emergency, Aunt Martha's number is in the phone book.
You told us. Goodbye, Mom. Have
Goodbye,
a ball.
darling.
Blow him down with that speech, Papa.
I'll do my best, honey.
Oh, and we're going to be at the Cumberland Hotel. Now, do you
You
want to
wrote
write
it down 4 times.
All right, sweetheart.
Okay. Now, don't worry. There's not a thing to worry about.
Yeah, the warden will take good care of us.
Now, that'll be just enough out of you, young man. You just keep busy and stay out of trouble. Which reminds me, that mess you made in the basement last week, I want you to quit stalling and get that cleaned up before we get back here tomorrow.
Just put it out of your mind, Papa. He'll do it.
Oh, and one other thing, darling. I
Natalie,
forgot.
please.
Oh, all right. Goodbye.
Bye. Have a nice
Take care of yourself
Drive
now.
carefully. See ya.
See, I told you Patty could handle Ross. She'll have him eating out of her hand.
You mean out of her fist, don't you? She seemed awfully rough on him.
Yes, dear. Come on, let's get in the car. I'm sure Patty will handle him with kid gloves.
What are these for?
Time to go underground, little mole.
Huh?
The mess in the basement you're supposed to clean up, remember?
What's the rush? I've got all weekend.
Now, you're not going to stall me like you do Mom and Papa. Get moving.
Will you get off my back?
Ross, I hate to pull rank, but if that job isn't done by this afternoon, there will be no dinner for you tonight.
You mean you'd let me starve?
Ross, I just had to put my foot down.
But why on my neck?
Look, Ross, if you expect me to slave over a hot stove all day, the least you can do is stop stalling and get to work.
But I'm not stalling. I've got an appointment.
To do what?
To play chess with a guy. So if you'll excuse me.
Wait a minute. I mean, you invited somebody over here without telling me in advance?
Why? So you could put him on the work squad, too?
Ross, you're pressing me. You really are. Okay, we'll let the basement go. For now. But one thing I'm going to insist on is that you clean up your room before you start playing.
Are you kidding? And let Billy think I'm the maid around here? Hi, I got the chessboard all set up.
Great, let's go.
Yeah.
Ross! Remember what I said about cleaning up your room? Ross, did you hear me? Ross!
Checkmate. Boy, are you ever off your game?
Who can concentrate? It's like living in Stalag 17 around here. Oh, Penhut, here comes the sergeant.
Very funny. Bed not made, shelves not in order, room not dusted. Ross, what did I tell you about straightening up your room?
I'll do it. Can't you see I'm busy right now?
I'm warning you, I'll be back in 5 minutes, and I'd better see some progress. Excuse me.
Regular dictator. Today she rules the house, tomorrow the world.
There'll only be 2 places for lunch, Kathy. Really, Patty, don't you think you're carrying this thing a little too far? If you'd been a sister as long as I have, you'd know the only way to a lazy brother is through his stomach. Well, it's D-Day H hour.
Oh, it's no use. I just can't concentrate. Maybe I should give in and tidy up the room just a little.
And let your sister think she's got the upper hand?
Well, what else can I do?
You gotta use a little muscle.
Like what?
Like the next time she pulls any of that jazz, well, do what I do. Run away.
Thanks a lot. I like it here.
Well, I don't mean really run away. You just tell her you're gonna run away. It's all a snow job.
You don't know Patty. She doesn't bluff that easy.
She will if she's anything like my sister. You tell her you're cutting out, and she'll get so spooked, she'll be eating out of your hand for the rest of the weekend. It's your move.
Okay, I hate to do this in front of you, Billy, but I'm sorry.
Hey!
There will be no more games until this room is completely straightened up.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll tell you, Patty, if you don't lay off, I'm gonna run away.
Oh, really? Where?
I don't know, but if you don't get off my back, I'm gonna go someplace.
Oh, well, suit yourself. Oh, well, and to prove there's no hard feelings, I'll make you a nice lunch.
You and your big ideas. Now what do I do?
Well, you can't give in now. You gotta get through with it. Besides, she's just bluffing. You'll see.
He's just bluffing. You'll see. Can I have the liverwurst, please? Patty, don't you think you're pushing Ross a little too hard? Kathy, one of the first things you'll have to learn about bringing up children is that when they threaten you, you have to call their bluff. Well, what if he is serious? What if he does run away? He'll come back. How do you know? He hates liverwurst.
I'm going.
Pardon?
I'm running away.
Oh. Goodbye.
Well, nice meeting you, Patty. I gotta get going.
Oh, yes, nice meeting you too, Billy. Look, why don't you come back in a few days? Maybe I can give you Ross's new address.
Well, I guess this is it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
See you around.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you around.
You said that already.
Yeah.
Ross?
Yeah?
You forgot your sandwiches.
Oh.
Have a nice trip.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you around.
How are we gonna start that again? Now, don't you worry, and good luck, and be sure to write once a week.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hey, I forgot a few things.
Oh. Oh, good. The weather should be nice in Alaska this time of year. Oh, I'm so glad you're taking those. You might want to arrest a polar bear.
This time I'm really going. I'm pretty sure I haven't forgotten anything.
Well, if you have, we'll send it to you. Air freight. Happy skiing. Hello.
Hello, dear.
Oh, hi, Mom. You in Atlantic City already?
Well, not quite, but we just thought we'd stop off and call.
We thought.
What I called about, dear, is if Mrs. Ellis phones, be sure to tell her that we'll be home by tomorrow evening.
You told her that yourself yesterday.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Well, anyway, as long as I have you on the phone, how is everything there?
Oh, just fine, Mom.
Ross isn't giving you any trouble, is he?
Oh, no. Handling him is like child's play.
What'd you have for lunch?
Natalie, this is a toll call.
But my 3 minutes aren't up. Let me say hello to Ross before I hang up.
Ross?
Yes, your brother.
Oh, Ross. Yeah, I'll get him. I hope. Ross! Oh.
I knew it. You want me to come back?
I don't care what you do, but Mom is on the phone, so get on the phone and tell her you're fine.
Hey, you know what Patty did? She packed me a lunch and then...
What he meant, Mom, was I made him some delicious sandwiches for lunch.
She threw me out of the house!
What did Ross say? Patty, you're not being too hard on him, are you?
Oh, no, Mom. I'm treating him just as you would.
Don't believe her!
Well, goodbye, dear. And don't forget
Natalie.
to keep up the good work.
Yeah, Mom, I will. Goodbye.
Don't hang up, Mom!
Ross, sit down.
What for?
I think we should have a little talk.
Oh, boy. Someday you're gonna make somebody a terrible mother.
You're so immature. You know I wouldn't let you run away.
Why not? You've always wanted my bedroom.
That's beside the point. How do you think Mom and Pop would feel if you told them that I let you run away?
I don't know. Why don't we ask them? Let's see. It's the Cumberland Hotel.
They're not there yet, and they won't be there for hours.
Okay, I'll call after 6. The rates are cheaper, and I can complain twice as long.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, yes, I would.
Ross, that's not fair. Couldn't we work this out together?
You mean you'd do anything just so they wouldn't find out?
Well, of course. They're depending on me.
Okay, well, I'm a reasonable man. You treat me right, and they'll never have to know anything. You can start by hanging up all my junk. My snowshoe, my coat. Oh, yes, my handcuffs. And then also, I can unpack my bag and clean up my room. You know, this might turn out to be a pretty nice weekend after all.
Good morning. Or should I say good afternoon?
Please knock.
Well, here you are. Breakfast in bed, just as you ordered.
Let's see now. Toast, honey, jam. You forgot the peanut butter.
Oh, I am sorry. I'll go get it.
Hold it. What's this?
Scrambled eggs.
I hate scrambled eggs.
But,
No buts. Fry 'em.
Ross, I am not going to
Yeah?
take longer than a minute to fry your eggs.
And I'd like chocolate milk, not plain.
Yes, dear. Will there be anything else?
I'll let you know.
That does it. Get your own breakfast.
Okay, I will. Down at the bus station.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Ross. I was only kidding. I'll have your fried eggs in a minute, and your chocolate milk and peanut butter.
Just can't find decent help these days.
I'm telling you, Kathy, I don't know how I'm going to get through the day with that little ankle biter ordering me around. I don't think it's safe for me to go over to Laurie's and study. Are you sure you don't want me around for protection? I'm sure. There's no point in two of us living under the whip.
Hey, let's get with those eggs. Let's have a little service around here.
Why are you letting him blackmail you? Because I don't want to let the folks down. And you're afraid he'll run away again. That's right. And this time he'd stay just to spite me, the little fink. I'm sorry, Patty. It's ruining your whole weekend being chained to Ross like this. Yeah, it's one big drag. Hey, Kathy, that's it. Well, goodbye. Have a good time and tell Laurie I said hi.
I told you, knock.
Here's your breakfast, and if you don't like it, you can go down and make your own, and then you can clean up your room and get on the basement like your father told you to.
You'll never learn, will you? And if you think I'm just threatening this time.
Oh, I don't think you're just threatening.
And you're going to let me run away?
No, I didn't say that.
Try and stop me. Oh, boy. If you don't rate some kind of prize for this.
Pretty clever, huh?
Just about as clever as I was 2 years ago, when I lost the key.
Hello, is this the Eagle Locksmith? Oh, good. I wonder if you could make a house call. You see, I'm stuck... yeah, I know it's Sunday, but this is an emergency.
Well, it's 0 for 5. Look, if you're gonna turn, would you at least make a hand signal or something?
I'm sorry. There's gotta be some way out of this thing. Hey, do we have a hackney saw?
That's hacksaw. No, we don't.
Well, let's go buy one. Ow!
The stores are closed.
Then let's go borrow one from the Marlows. Will you take it easy?
Brothers and sisters should be close, but this is ridiculous.
For inspiration, today's progressive journalist has only to look to the
There's no answer.
Oh, well, maybe they went out.
Out where? They weren't planning to go out.
Then they made an unplanned trip. Today's progressive journalist has only to look to the dynamic founders of this great nation of ours. Nobody was home?
Oh, don't worry about it, dear. They probably just went out to the market.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. In the same way that our forefathers dedicated themselves to principle, regardless of personal consequence. You sure you had the right number?
I think I should know my own phone number.
I guess. We must dedicate and rededicate our efforts. Only in a decadent society is the pursuit of personal... See, why would they go to the market? You left plenty of food.
Honey, will you stop worrying?
Who's worried? Personal gain at all costs, so common as to be considered a run-of-the-mill attitude. You know, Natalie, I think you ought to call again just to make sure you got the right number.
And I think you should concentrate on your speech.
How can I concentrate when you're obviously so worried about the children? Oh.
Fine time the Marlows picked to go to the mountains.
We gotta find a hacksaw.
How about Sing Sing Prison?
Look, Russ, I got enough trouble with your wrist. I don't need any of your lip. Where are you going?
Get a glass of water.
Oh. You mind using the other hand? I'm not thirsty. Oh. Hello?
Hello, dear. How are you?
Oh, just fine, Mom, just fine.
We're not fine. We're locked up.
What's that?
Oh, nothing, Mom. What'd you say?
Where were you? We called and there wasn't any answer.
Oh, we were out.
Yeah, looking for a saw.
You were out looking for a saw?
No, what he meant was we were out and we were looking and we finally saw what we were looking for.
She's not telling the truth.
What did Ross say?
Nothing, Mom. You know what a put on he is. How'd the speech go?
Oh, your father was a big hit. Here, I'll let you talk to him.
Thanks. Hi, honey. How are you? How's everything going?
Just fine, Papa.
Ross isn't getting out of hand, is he?
Oh, no. That's one thing he's not doing.
Can I talk to him for a moment?
Well, he's kind of tied up right now.
Oh, has he done anything about that basement?
Well, not really.
Well, you tell him that if that isn't finished by the time we get home tonight, it's going to cost him a month's allowance.
Oh, okay, I'll tell him. Bye, Papa. Bye.
Yep. Tell me what?
That if you don't get that basement cleaned up by the time they get home, it's going to cost you a month's allowance.
Not when I tell them why I couldn't do it.
Boss, that's a lie.
It is not. Just a gross exaggeration.
Listen, I begged you to do it all day yesterday. You have no right to blame it on me.
Do you see anybody else I can blame it on?
Okay. Rather than have you lie about it, we'll both clean up the basement. Come on.
What a mess.
Yeah, well, let's get started. Let's use our heads, huh?
Yeah. That's using our heads.
We're not getting in any place like this.
You think you can sweep better? Here, try.
Sorry. Well, won't just sit there. Give me a hand.
Which one?
Take the shovel out of your left hand.
Yeah.
Put it in your right hand. Very good. Now put your left hand on the broom. Now sweep. There, that's enough. See, Ross? It's all up here.
No comment.
Ross, just remember, this is your job. I'm only cooperating.
Really? Could have fooled me.
We've got to get out of these ridiculous handcuffs.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I got an idea. My chemistry set. It's got to be in here someplace.
Are you out of your tree? What do you want to play with your chemistry set now for?
You don't understand. I've got sulfuric acid in that set.
So what?
It'll get us out of these handcuffs.
It will? How?
Well, you see, sulfuric acid is very powerful. It'll eat right through the metal.
No kidding.
Yeah, that stuff will eat through anything.
Including people.
Oh, sorry about that.
There we go. Keep moving. Keep moving. You get back there. Okay. There. Well, you can't say I didn't help you.
Don't think it makes any difference. I'm still going to tell them how you tried to make me run away.
Oh.
Boy, wait till they hear what... Oh, boy.
You okay?
By the time I get through paying for that, I'll have to file bankruptcy.
It's not really your fault, Ross. I should have warned you that the thing wasn't steady.
You're willing to take the rap? Why?
Well, let's look at it this way. My allowance is bigger than yours, and I can afford it.
You mean you do that for me after all I put you through? You know what you are, Patty? You're the greatest sister a guy could have.
Well, of course, Mom and Papa won't believe that after you tell them that I was going to let you run away.
Who's going to say anything like that?
You're not?
Why would I rat on the only sister I've got?
Thanks, Ross.
Look, I could have been in hot for the rest of my life, but thanks to you, I'm off the hook. Hey!
We're free! That must be Mom and Pop. Let's go.
Hey, wait a minute. You know, Patty, you're the greatest.
Haven't I been telling you that for years?
How many people were there?
Oh, thousands. Literally thousands.
Literally 300.
Wow.
So your speech was a gas, huh? Lots of applause?
Well, I guess you might say I got a sitting ovation. I'm glad to see you two got along well.
Oh, yeah. Ross wasn't any trouble at all.
You see, I told you there was nothing to worry about.
No?
Yeah, you might say this weekend brought us a lot closer together, huh, Ross? Ross?
No. Patty, I can't help it. I just gotta come clean.
Ross.
The truth is, I finked out. You know those dishes in the basement? Well, I broke them. All of them.
Really?
But don't worry, I'll pay for it. Every last cent.
Ross, now you really...
Patty, I did it. I'll take the rap. Dad, you know that raise you were going to give me in my allowance? Well, maybe you just better keep it and take it out of that. And if that's not enough, I'll give up my lunches at school. And you may as well forget about my birthday and Christmas.
Ross, nobody's asking you to pay for it.
You're not?
Of course not. It was just some old junk Patty and I were saving for the PTA White Elephant sale.
Yeah, but it was my fault that it... White Elephant sale? But I thought that... Why didn't you tell me?
You didn't ask.
See, Ross, you'd save yourself a lot of problems if you just confide in your sister once in a while.
That's right, Popo. I mean, what are sisters for,
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights
were you planning to spend on Papa's birthday present?
Well, I've saved up about $10. Why?
Well, how would you like to pool your money with mine and we'll buy him a really great gift from his 2 girls?
Well, how much do you have?
Well, I was planning to spend $10 too.
All right.
But all I saved up was 5.5.
In that case, Patty, I think I'll just go ahead and buy Uncle Martin a present on my own. He's done so much for me.
Kathy, don't you think that's being a little selfish?
Selfish?
What difference does it make how much each of us puts in? If we can get a really great gift for Papa, isn't that what counts? If I had $100 and you only had a quarter, I'd go in with you.
Hey, Patty, I'll go in with you.
Yeah? How much do you have?
$1.25.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves her rock and roll, the hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are 2 of a kind.
Things in this catalog are ideal for Papa.
What's so ideal about them?
They're all under $5. Listen to this. A fluffy little dog that is really a transistor radio. You turn his nose to the right for volume control. You press in his eyes for AM, FM, and you zip open his stomach to change the batteries. What do you think?
I think the ASPCA should be notified at once.
Well, it's not easy to find something he doesn't have.
I know, dear. Maybe it's time to open the hinting season.
You mean feel him out to see what he wants? Good idea. Where is he, in the den?
But he's working. It might not be a very good time to disturb him.
That's okay. When I'm working, I love to be disturbed.
Try to be subtle.
Mom? You are looking at a walking web of cunning.
Hi.
You working?
Not anymore.
Papa, do you know Doris Hartley's Uncle Frank?
I don't even know Doris Hartley.
Oh, well, it's not important. See, her uncle is having a birthday, and he's one of those men who has everything. So I told her I'd come up with a few suggestions, and I thought I'd get a man's point of view.
Okay.
What would you think of getting him something for his car?
Well, it depends. What?
A horn.
Well, that could come in very handy.
No, this is a special horn. It goes like a bull moose. It's a novelty item for the man who has everything.
You mean everything except a female moose?
You don't think it would be a kick to have?
Well, not in this state, honey. It's against the law.
Oh. Okay. How would you like a canasta shuffler?
How would I like it?
I mean, how would you like it for Doris Hartley's uncle?
Well, sounds fine. If he plays canasta.
Oh. I think he plays poker. As a matter of fact, I'm sure he does. Okay, here's an idea that's really boss. A foot vibrator.
Does her uncle walk a lot?
No. Come to think of it, he sits a lot.
Well, in that case, you got the wrong kind of vibrator. Gee, I'm sorry, honey. That's Jim Fraser. Afraid I'm going to be busy for a little while. We have to run over the Sunday feature lineup for the next few weeks. Well, I'm sorry I wasn't much help.
Oh, sure you are, Papa. Now I know 3 things not to get. To tell Doris not to get. See you later.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Martin.
Come on into the den.
What's so funny?
Oh, Patty. She's knocking herself out trying to figure out what I'd like for my birthday present.
Oh, it's the daddy bird's birthday.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks. Oh, Patty's really come up with some wild ideas. Like an automobile horn that sounds like a bull moose. Huh? Now, who'd want that?
Someone who's looking for a female moose. Yeah, all right. Here's the tentative schedule you asked me to rough out.
I hate to see the kids spending their hard-earned money on me. I don't mind about my wife. That's my hard-earned money. Besides, you always get a lot of things you just don't use.
Not if you're clever about it.
What do you mean?
Well, I always make a list, see? Then I leave it laying around somewhere where they'll run into it.
Uh-huh.
Last year, it took them about 10 minutes to get the idea.
Where'd you leave the list?
I pasted it to the bathroom mirror.
Very clever.
Yeah? Well, all I know is I didn't get stuck with a bull moose horn. Shall we get to work?
Right. Hey, I think I got it figured out.
The schedule?
No. How to throw a hint to Patty without being too obvious. Now, let's see. Something nice and cheap. And then I'll just tear it out of the magazine and leave it around where she can find it, see?
Now you're getting the idea. Hey, how about this?
Why would I want a personal oxygen tank?
Well, it says right there it's great for hangovers.
Hey, well, I don't really think I need it, Jim. Besides, it's kind of expensive.
Yeah, but if you only used it on the morning after New Year's Eve, it'd be worth it.
Now, here's something.
Swiss pocket knife. 8 different blades, including knife, fork, spoon, and leather punch. $3.95. Think it's worth it?
At 50 cents a blade, it's perfect.
Oh, boy, Ross, are you gonna get it?
What'd I do now?
How many times has Papa told you not to tear things out of magazines?
I didn't tear that out.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying.
Wait a minute. This is a matter of life and death.
Yeah? Why?
Because I found this on Papa's desk, and if you didn't tear it out, that means he did. And if I can get him something for less than $5, I'm home free.
Let me see. Swiss pocket knife. 8 different blades, including knife, fork, spoon, and leather punch. What would Papa want with this?
To eat with, what do you think?
And I suppose the leather punch is so he can make extra holes in his belt when he's through eating.
Very funny. I guess it does seem like a pretty flaky gift for a grown man.
Hey, wait a minute. You're looking at the wrong side.
Telescopic rifle.
Yeah, that's what Dad clipped the ad out for. For the discriminating sportsman.
Oh, boy, what a birthday gift that'd make.
Yeah. Hand-carved stock of French walnut.
Oh, groovy.
Engraved trigger guard.
Dreamy.
$99.
Oh, boy.
And 50 cents.
You really think that Swiss knife is so bad? $99.50? Oh, boy. That's exactly what I said to Ross, right, Ross?
Yeah. All we could come up with was $6.30.
It's just plain stupid. I don't think wanting to get your father a gift like this is stupid. Oh, Kathy, I knew you'd see it that way. Kathy, $10.
Yeah. $83.20 to go.
Go! Thanks, Kat.
It's a marvelous gift, but even if we did pool our money...
I know what you're going to say. $99.50 is an outlandish amount of money to pay for Papa's gift.
No, it isn't, but I...
Oh, then you agree it would be a great gift.
Well, of course it would.
Oh, Mom,
but...
I knew you'd see it our way.
Now, just a minute. $99.50 is a lot of money.
I know, but Ross and I have it all figured out. You want to tell her?
I yield to the champ.
Okay. We figured if you'd let us have an advance on our allowance for a few months, we could make it with no trouble at all.
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I won't have you skipping lunches to make up for it.
Mom, we don't mind starving for a thing like that, do we, Ross?
That Swiss knife is getting to look better and better.
Mom, answer me one question. How much money were you going to spend on Papa's gift?
Oh, I was going to get him some shirts for about $25.
$58.20 to go.
Mom, could you stretch the 25 a little?
A little, yes, but what you're asking for could result in a severe strain.
Please, Mom, I'm only asking you to think about it.
Honey, I will think about it.
Oh, Mom, get a grip.
I see the kitchen cabinet's in session.
Hi, honey.
Hi, dear. I'd like to make a motion for an early dinner. Jim is coming over around 8 to run over the feature lineup. Are you sure that's the way Soupy sales got started?
Want me to help you hang up your hat and coat?
Oh, boy. When that blabbermouth wants to help, watch out. Ross, if you say one word...
I didn't say what we were going to get him, just that we decided.
Oh, what's the use? Now I suppose you're going to try and worm it out of us.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Don't you want a little hint?
Absolutely not.
Well, I'll tell you this. When you open that package, you'll really flip.
I will?
Yeah, and when you use it, you'll get a real charge.
Ross.
What did I say?
He just means you'll get a bang out of it.
Patty.
All right, you two, that's enough. You want to spoil the surprise? Dinner in 15 minutes, dear.
Oh, good. I'm starved.
Well, at least that birthday present will get you out of doors, which won't hurt you one bit.
Out of doors? It can't be used inside?
Well, I don't think the neighbors would approve if you started firing.
Neighbors wouldn't approve. I just don't understand.
I thought I laid out that schedule pretty clearly.
Oh, no. I mean about the birthday present. The neighbors wouldn't approve. Now, what does that mean?
Are you sure they saw the ad for the Swiss knife?
Yeah, I'm positive. I left it in here in the den. I found it out there in the living room. The neighbors wouldn't approve.
Look, old buddy, do you know that this is the second night we've spent on this layout?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. Where were we?
Oh, we're trying to figure out what to do with an article on college football.
Can't be used indoors.
What?
Nothing. I don't understand why the neighbors wouldn't approve of a telescopic rifle.
Uh-oh.
They looked at the wrong side.
Hand-carved stock of French walnut. What a beauty.
Well, $99.50 it ought to be.
What a family you got. You know, that's some sweet present.
You must be kidding. I wouldn't dream of letting him spend that kind of money on me. Gotta put a stop to this right now.
Mom, you promised me buy him the rifle.
I said I'd think it over. You see, the trouble is, honey, I don't have enough in the household money, and if I take it out of the joint account, he might ask me about it.
Tell him you bought a hat.
Patty, we're trying to do something nice for your father, not demoralize him.
What about my morale and Kathy's and even Ross? If we don't get him that rifle, we'll all be shattered.
I know how I can do it.
How?
I bought a coat just last week. It still has the tags on it. I'll return it.
Oh, Mom, I knew you'd come through. And you know when you'll get your reward? On Papa's birthday, when you see that look on his face.
Jim, I've got to let him buy me that rifle.
Well, I'm glad you changed your mind, because it's a beauty.
No, that isn't it. It's just that they build up such a head of enthusiasm about it that, well, I can't put a damper on it. Do you know what Natalie is going to do? She is giving back a coat that she bought in order to finance my present.
No kidding. Well, summer's coming on, so she really...
Jim, I can't let her do it.
Okay. Look, this piece on Mars is going to leave us a little short. So what we need is a nice 500-word filler.
I've got it.
The filler?
No, how to solve the present problem. I'll just give the money to Nat and the kids. It's that simple. All right, now, let's see. Say, how about an editorial cartoon for filler?
You can't do it.
Well, don't you think the boss will care for it?
I don't think Natalie and the kids would care for it.
Natalie and the kids don't even read the feature section.
I'm talking about handing them the money. It'd be insulting.
Jim, I'm not going to just hand them the money. Give me credit for a little tact.
Yeah, well, how are you going to do it?
Well, I'll think of something. Well, let's get back to this now. We don't have all night. Now, listen, here's a cartoon by Fletcher that's very, very good. In fact, I've been thinking of running his stuff daily.
Hey, that's a great idea. We've always got this problem of filler, and this would be the perfect solution. It's like finding money on the street. Would Fletcher be interested?
See, you just gave me an idea.
About how to get Fletcher interested?
Jim, can't you keep your mind on one thing for more than a minute? I'm talking about giving the money to Natalie and the kids without their knowing about it.
Oh.
Out of the mouths of babes. And newspaper men. Nat? Oh, Natalie?
She's not home, Papa. Can I do something for you?
Yeah, come on out here, honey, just for a minute.
Yeah, Papa?
We ought to have the gardener trim that juniper. Don't you think it looks a little raggedy?
Yeah, I'll have Mom tell him about it.
Patty, what's new?
You mean since we talked 5 minutes ago?
Oh. Say, listen, why don't we take a little walk, huh?
Okay, where? Over to the park?
No, right here.
In the backyard?
Sure. You know, it's very pleasant out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice day.
Yeah?
I love a good walk, don't you?
Yeah. Papa, can you keep a secret?
Well, of course.
We're breaking out of this place tonight.
Say, have you smelled those flowers? Have you ever smelled them?
Yeah, they're wonderful.
Oh, but I mean recently.
Well, come to think of it.
Oh, no, not those, honey. I meant those, the little one down there.
Oh, those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they smell great.
What's that?
What?
That.
Oh, those dumb kids next door are always throwing their candy wrappers.
Oh, no, wait. Honey, I don't think that's a candy wrapper.
No, it's probably some kind of money.
Oh, is that what it is?
2 $50 bills. Papa, is it real?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, this one is real. And so's this one. Hey, talk about pennies from heaven, Patty. You found a jackpot right here on Earth. Congratulations.
You don't mean I can keep this?
Well, why not? I mean, finders keepers, you know.
Papa, you're not serious.
I'm not?
This money has to be turned into the police.
Well, no, wait a minute.
Do you remember that editorial you wrote last month?
Which one?
The one about cheaters who keep lost things instead of turning them into the police.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
You're absolutely right, and I'm going to take this to the police station myself right now.
No, Patty, don't do that. I mean, I'll turn it in.
No, Papa, you're too busy.
No, honey. I have to go over to the precinct anyway. I may write another editorial.
About cheaters?
No, about innocent victims.
Yeah. Hello. I was wondering how long you hold on to lost things before you give them back to the finder.
Well, that depends on what it is. Some things we hold for 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah, things like bicycles.
Oh, well, this isn't a bicycle. This is cash.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah?
Cash we hold 6 months.
Well, there goes my mother's coat.
What?
Well, you see, we were hoping we could use the money to buy my father a birthday gift, but we can't wait 6 months.
Well, let's get some of the details. Now, how much was it and who found it?
$100, but my father turned it in a couple of days ago.
Oh, that's different.
Oh.
What's his name?
Lane, Lane. Martin Lane.
Lane. I don't see it here.
Oh, well, maybe he turned it in another precinct.
Wouldn't matter. This is a citywide lost and found list.
Oh. Well, maybe he turned it in anonymously, you know, like in a plain white envelope.
In that case, we'd have a record of the $100 having been turned in.
Sergeant, my father said he turned in that money, and either your list is wrong
Or what?
or I refuse to say anything on the grounds that it might incriminate me.
Oh, hi, hon. Say, where's Patty?
Oh, she went downtown. What are you doing home?
Well, Are you returning that?
Yes, it's just not my color.
I thought you were wild about blue.
That was last year.
Well, I like you in blue.
Honey, my mind's made up.
Well, you're not going to take it back today.
Well, I'm going to play bridge, and the store's right on the way.
Nat, say, listen, do you remember that money that Patty found a couple of days ago?
Yeah?
Well, I just got it back from the police department. Nobody claimed it.
Is that right?
Yeah, how about that?
You really like me in blue.
Oh, yeah.
That's good enough for me. Since I'm going to the bridge game anyway, I might just as well wear it.
Why not?
How does it look?
For last season's color, not bad. What's that for?
The police department.
Oh, Mom, am I glad you're home. What are you doing with that coat on?
I'll tell you about it later, dear. I've got to go now.
Mom, you gotta put the tags back on or they'll never take it back if you wear it.
I got wonderful news for you, honey. Nobody claimed that money you found. It's yours.
Mine?
Yep, I just came from the precinct. Well, Patty, aren't you happy about getting the money back?
Happy isn't the word for it, Papa. I'm overwhelmed.
Hello? Oh, hi, Jim. No, not yet. But I think they're going to give it to me right now. Listen, thank you very much for giving me that gun case to go with it. That was very generous of you. Well, why don't you come over in about a half an hour and you can see it then? Right. Okay. Goodbye.
Papa?
Yeah?
Before you go back inside, I have something for you. Here.
Oh?
I know why you did all this, Papa.
You do?
Because you're so anxious for me to have all the things I want. But honestly, Papa, those things don't mean as much to me as other things.
Patty, what are you talking about?
I went down to the police station yesterday and they told me you didn't return that money.
Oh. Well, Patty...
No, you don't have to explain, Papa. I'm sure you had a very good reason for doing what you did.
Now, Patty, I have to tell you...
No, Papa. This isn't much, but it's from me to you.
Patty. Now, Patty, this is one time when a father insists on the right to explain.
Papa, I'm so embarrassed. I didn't know it was your money. I don't know what to say.
There's no need to say anything, honey. You just gave me the best birthday present I could wish for.
A knife?
Well, that's not what I mean. You gave me the kind of a birthday present that every father longs for. You see, honey, parents knock themselves out trying to raise their kids in a way that they think is right. But nobody has a secret formula. You do the best you can. You try by example, by teaching, by love. And then you just hope. You hope that one day all of those talks about right and wrong will sink in. But if one day your daughter trusts you the way you trusted me, even though you thought I was doing wrong, you get the greatest gift of all. Thank you, Patty.
Happy birthday, Papa.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. Well, what did Patty say when you explained that the money was really yours?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think she was a little disappointed.
Well, it must be a rude shock to discover that your father wouldn't steal for you.
Hey, guess what she gave me?
I'm afraid to. You mean?
Yeah.
Does it really have a knife, fork, spoon, and leather punch?
Oh, no, that's the deluxe model. That is a knife, fork, spoon, and a pizza cutter.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins. talk alike.